really pretty orange. And guinea feathers in themselves are a bit inconsistent. You have this type here, which reminds you a little bit of barred, duck flank. Okay, it's got kind of bars on it. Then you have spots, and I usually call them bars or spots. And you have little spots with circles like that. Then you have big bold spots like that. Guinea is a pretty inconsistent material, not because there's anything wrong with the guineas, but because there aren't any real, to my knowledge, genetic suppliers of guinea. It's not like our hackle feathers where you can pay as much money as you want to have the finest that you can get. Instead, you wind up buying packages like this that are just really kind of a mixed mess. And what you need to do is be very careful when you select this stuff that you find ones that have plenty of good spotted feathers, and you don't want them to be great big feathers. You want them to be really smaller than this one. So out of a package of guinea, what I usually have to do is I kind of have to fumble through here a little bit to find exactly what I want. I like this feather right here pretty much, but it's a little big. That one there is a little bit small. So I think we're just going to go with this one. I'm going to pull that one out of the stack. When it comes to guinea feathers, if you know someone who has some guineas, that's the best place to find you some guinea feathers. Okay, from here, unlike when we palmer a hackle, we take a regular hackle feather and we just palmer it on. We leave both sides there, and the fibers just fold around each other to make for a really pretty flare like that. Okay, when it comes to guinea, the guinea's a little soft and the quill inside is a bit fibrous, and if we do that, it just kind of wads up on the hook. So really what I prefer to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to strip out one side of this completely. It serves two functions to do that. You just tear that off. What it does is it thins the quill so it'll wrap better, as well as just gives us one side to work with. Okay. From here, I'm gonna go in here and clean out the fuzz right here. So all I've got is the more quill looking fibers. I'm going to trim off the big tail because I don't need all that. Come right up underneath here, and I'm going to bind it in just like that with a couple of loose wraps and then cinch it down good and tight. Trim off the little tail that's sticking out. Okay. Now it's a good point at this point to go ahead and add a little bit of whatever your favorite head cement is right here. And that serves two purposes as well. It binds those threads when you get ready to tie off in a minute, as well as it's going to give a bit of a sticky base for the hackle to wind into that will make it stay together better. Okay, I like my little teardrop shaped hackle pliers for this. Draw the guinea out here, make a good little point and catch it like that. Now we're going to start winding the guinea just like we would any hackle feather, except the difference is, you see how it sticks together. I have my little comb and I go ahead and I flare some of these fibers before I start. Then I come and wind right behind it, and each time I'm winding successively forward, and I'll kind of draw these back as if you were tying a wet fly with a soft hackle. As you're doing this, it kind of looks like a mess, and you think, geez, I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. But what it is, all these fibers have to be spread apart in a minute. So just keep wrapping in front of the previous wrap, and keep bringing that forward, and hackle it right up to the back of your bead. That's enough right there. So we're going to come in here, catch that with your tying thread, bring it right in behind. You see I've got a fiber hung here. I'm just going to pull those out of the way. Come right in behind here and just hook the bead like that. Just loop the bead and let the thread run down behind the bead. That way you don't get tangled up in all the fibers as much. Now come in very close and clean that up. Now drawing these back, I'm going to come in here and put several wraps in here, at least a half a dozen or so. Then I'm going to come right here and go ahead and do your whip finish. I like to make about 4 or 5 turns on a whip finish. Snub that up like that. Run your scissors in here, clean it up. Now you're going to take a little comb. This is a really neat little article right here. You find these in fly tying shops, but not like this one exactly. This one is an eyelash separator that you can get, you know, in the health and beauty section of any, you know, discount store. Okay, come from here, and what we're going to do is clean these fibers up like this and comb them out. See right here, there's 2 or 3 stuck together. What I want to do is just kind of separate those. That's what I call a guinea. It's a great fly. As you pull it through the water, all these fibers pulsate like this and go back. If you look at it from straight on, like this one, it has the appearance of a crane fly pattern. I tie these sometimes on a short shank hook that's like a scud hook and just use fewer windings, or I go ahead and tie them on a more traditional standard length wet fly or nymph hook. That's a pattern that I came up with, and we catch a lot of bass, brim, and it's a very good crappie fly in the springtime. If you're on water where you've got some spawning crappie, they will absolutely tear that fly up. Hope you enjoy that one.